Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another video for you and I'm so excited to bring this to you. Before I jump into the video, just a quick announcement. By Clyde has launched their April jewelry collection, and these are one of the earrings in the collection. These are absolutely stunning. These are the Divine Goddess earrings. They're literally like my favorite. I've been wearing them pretty much every day since I got them and since we launched them. And there are these little huggies, really small huggy with a beautiful moon little hoop, and I love it because like the moon is perfectly at a perfect angle. A lot of moon hoops are like this or like this. This one's like the perfect angle. We also launched these earrings called the Star Seed earrings, which I'll put on the screen right here. And yeah, we have very limited quantities of these. We're shipping them out right as we get them, or like basically really soon after we get them. We want to get our orders to you guys. I know you guys are at home, so we want to be able to bring something exciting, and they're under $30, so we want to keep them obviously reasonable for you guys. And we have more pieces that are really exciting launching this week, so follow me on Instagram basically if you want to kind of be updated. And I post a lot on Instagram. It's kind of like my spot. Today I want to talk about 10 ways to raise your vibration. I think that in a lot of spirituality or metaphysical related videos, people use the concept of vibration very often to explain energetic phenomenon, which makes sense because vibration really is the essence of everything, and which vibration you tap into is really the dimension or the perception or lens you experience the world through, and in turn the feelings that you have, and in turn the thoughts you have, and in turn what you magnetize more. So vibration is such, you know, a vast topic, but one of high importance to discuss when discussing various phenomena. So with, I feel like, all the current events, and like I talked about in my previous video, which I made a video about this shift, what's happening right now, what's basically been predicted for hundreds of years to come, what is happening, what's to come, how to prepare, and how to make sure that you are in the proper energy throughout this time to navigate it in the best way for you. So that's a very important video. I really suggest you guys watch. But in light of that video, I decided I think it'd be very important for me to make a video on 10 ways that you can raise your vibration in general, and especially it's more crucial during this time. I'm not going to get too much into it because you can really into what's occurring during this time, because I talked about that in the what's happening video, which I'll have a card up right here, then the shift video. But I do want you guys to know that this time is crucial to have your vibration as high as possible. It is very easy to slip into just, you know, not just like eating whatever, to drinking a lot, to just like having your days merged together. And that is, I don't want to say planned, but that is what those in power who are working with lower entities are counting on. They're counting on kind of like the downfall of humanity. They're counting on humanity to have their consciousness and vibration low, because as I've showed in the scale before, when your vibration, I think me and Coco are playing, and they're literally having a fight. They're having a fight. Do you see that? They're having a literal battle. They're having a battle, you guys. When your vibration is low, or you're in the vibration of fear or lower, which I'll show you, like I said, on the chart here, you're easy to control. Information you get fed, it doesn't really process well through your nervous system because your nervous system is so hyperactive. So it's really hard to kind of center in and feel if it's something that's true for you, or something that resonates for you, and you kind of are in panic mode. And when you're in panic mode, you want a solution. You're not really weighing options. You're just trying to get back to a feeling of safety, which is understandable. It's how, you know, humans are programmed. Survival instincts are programmed. When you feel a threat, your main goal is solution. And when your main goal is a quick solution, you're not evaluating the solutions that are being available to you or that are being fed to you. So during this time, it is very important, and I just want to stress that, to stay at least at neutral or on a higher vibration. And like I said, I know it's easy to get into those patterns. I've experienced it myself, times where I feel stressed, overwhelmed, or anxious myself. It's the easiest time to want a glass of wine. It's like the easiest time to want to eat junk food. When we feel in stress, our body just wants a little bit of pleasure. So like just some sort of relief. So that's why we go to things like quick relief, quick bits of pleasure, like reality TV, which, you know, that's one of the least worst ones in this scenario, or really unhealthy food, or like I said, alcohol and things like that. Versus in those times is when we really need to work through those emotions. When those emotions are coming up, they are coming up to be cleared. When you have fear coming up about certain things, anxiety about certain things, that anxiety and fear was always at the depths and cores of you, really deep within. You just probably thought that this scenario would never occur, so that fear and anxiety, everything could have been really pushed down. Yet when everything here is being brought to light, being brought to surface, being illuminated in front of your eyes, and those fears are becoming a potential reality, which is what's being fed, it's very easy. It's time to clear it out, right? It's time to look at those emotions, sift and sort those. Sorry, my top is like moving around, and then in turn clear those emotions. But at the same time, it's the easiest time, like I said, to get sucked into those habits that are only limiting your only limiting the development of your consciousness. So I made a list of 10 things that you can do always, eternally, whenever you're watching this video. Even if you're watching this video years after, when this is all, the shift has occurred, this is all done and done with, or if you're watching this now, these are ways you can do to literally shift your frequency and in turn raise your vibration, in turn raise the experience you're having, and literally shift to a different timeline. With each emotion, thought, feeling we have, we're always switching from different timelines. Most people, you guys who are watching this, I'm gonna say, are already like probably somewhere between 4 and 5, and maybe some random people who clicked on this, I don't know, still could be in 3, but we all tap through all of them. I can literally feel, if I have alcohol, that I'd go from 5 to 3D 1 hour, like real quick. I mean, and I know that sounds crazy to some people, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. You can feel where your consciousness lies, and then doing something that lowers your frequency and literally feeling yourself, almost feeling stuck in this dimension, not being able to connect higher. And in the higher realms, you know, is where you have connection to your higher self, to your guides, things like that, to just information that's going to assist you. And when you are in a lower frequency, you basically can't connect that information. A lot of people give this example, but it's like a radio station. If, let's say on radio 105 is information of what's gonna give you solutions to your current situation, but you're at 93, you're not gonna hear that. So I know that for a lot of people, it's a really difficult time. Things with career, family, stress, there's a lot of stress that's brought up and a lot of fear and anxiety being brought up. And I'm telling you, you're not alone. I've experienced it as well. But when you stay in that emotion, or like I said, bring in things to kind of give you a quick pleasure face, but really bring you down, you're going further and further from the solution. When you are at ease, when you can just if you can just meditate, and we'll talk about do a yoga floor, do 1 or 2 or all of these things, you're gonna allow yourself, your frequency to raise. And at this new place, your information will come, an idea will come, a solution will come. You know, there's a quote that's like, solutions don't come from thinking about the problem. Like, you really have to release it, and when you're at neutral and you connect with that frequency of thought, a solution will be fed to you, a vision, a way out, a way to solve things, a way for this to happen, a feeling, a miracle can manifest very quick, a quantum shift can happen. If you've been stressed, and then you jump to high vibration, sustain it for long enough, a literal miracle can happen. Abundance can pour, an opportunity can come that you never thought, someone can come and help you that you never thought. Something can literally work out in a way that's almost unimaginable to you, but it can happen in a day and in a beautiful and powerful way. So that's why it's important to do these things. So the first thing on the list is meditate. I've talked about this so many times. Meditating obviously allows you to train yourself to be able to have a thought come up and to be able to release it, to basically filter thoughts that create the narrative of your life. So when a thought comes up and it's not a thought that maybe, you know, that is conducive to your well-being, then you release it. I also, and I don't want people to worry, because like I feel like sometimes, like a side note, some people think like, oh, well, what if I released a thought and that was like something I really needed to face, but it just didn't feel good, so I released it. It'll be brought in front of you. So like, it's important to kind of sit and sort your thoughts in a way that obviously is, you know, congruent to your well-being, but it's also important to, it's like a balance of being able to receive higher information and higher guidance from your higher self, and visions, and like just feelings and intuitive feelings and knowings, but also being able to not ignore this kind of reality. Because I feel like that's in a lot of people, as they grow and ascend, that occurs. And I've had that too, where you can feel yourself really in the upper dimensions, that it's like almost like you ignore day-to-day tasks in this world, because it seems like either irrelevant, or it seems uncomfortable, like you don't want to deal with like kind of like errands or human kind of things. But it's still important to, yes, channel that info, but also at the same time ground that energy down, and still from a higher perspective be able to navigate this realm. So meditating is going to allow you to I'm going to go into it. Meditate, it's going to be very crucial. Do it first thing in the morning, I suggest. It'll allow you to have a much better day. It'll allow you to live with more peace and ease. It'll allow visions and synchronicities to come throughout your day, so you feel guided. So even if you feel lost right now in life and you feel confused, you're like, okay, I kind of know what's happening, I trust what's happening, but still shit, I'm anxious, then this is going to allow you to feel more guided. You'll see more synchronicities synchronicities, more signs. You'll feel more energetic support throughout the day, and more things will be brought in. A video will just be shown to you, or a post, or something that can give you the next clue or the next step to how to keep kind of moving forward and feel supported. So meditate. The next thing is drinking water with intention. Water is a very powerful tool. It's why it's used in many rituals. We are what, 7% or more of water. Water stores information. In fact, metaphorically, water in dreams is often our thoughts or information. So when you drink your water, I literally have water in a wine glass, a little bit left, to set intentions for it. So you could say, or a really good practice I have is to just put words. So let's say you want to experience more abundance, or you want to experience more peace, or whatever it is, like literally looking in the water and visualizing yourself writing the words. I know this is like out there, but writing the words on the water, like love, peace, tranquility, joy, success, I don't know, financial prosperity, abundance, success, and then you literally ingrain it. And then I like to say this to my water. A lot of people also say this, and there's books written about this, about saying like I love you to water versus negative things, how the water basically becomes like these like perfect crystalline, basically a water vibration water test, where they took like two separate things of water, and in one they were like I love you, and one they were like I hate you, and then the one that had I love you under a microscope, or yeah, under a very specific microscope, formed like the crystal, not a very specific, but a microscope that can look at the structure of water. It formed like perfect crystalline structures, and the other one did not. And I don't remember what the outcome was of the other one, but it wasn't in these perfect crystalline. So I like to say I love you to the water, and then I like to say I honor and bless you. So I honor the water, you know, for having water and the abundance of water, and then I like to say I bless you because I want to obviously bless my water with good intention. So then I would do that and drink it. It's very powerful, drinking water in general. I mean, hydrating in general is obviously good for us. Also, continuously drinking water allows you to literally flow with life. When you're flowing things out of your body continuously, it literally allows you to not feel stagnant. So when we feel anxiety, anxious, or stressed, we feel all the denseness in our body, and our shoulders, our lower back, we feel very dense and very in this moment. When you drink water, you allow kind of emotions literally to filter through you, because water literally represents thoughts. As you drink it, and it goes through your body, you're allowing yourself to remove information or thoughts and emotions that do not serve you, and you're cleansing it through, and you're literally kind of symbolically going with the flow. Next thing is very obvious to me, I guess, yoga and working out. Working out in general, it removes blockages, obviously, because you're shaking and shifting energy. You know, you're doing exercise, you're moving your arms, you're doing workouts, you're moving around. You are shaking up your energetic field, and in turn removing any blockages that could be stuck. Usually working out also involves stretching. So when you're stretching and there's tension or energy blocked in a certain area, and you breathe in to the area and then breathe out to the area and release it, you release tension. Yoga in particular, because it is, you know, yoga originally is a spiritual practice, although people now consider it a workout, it really is a spiritual practice where you balance your energy in different asanas and different things you do, balance your energy in various ways and allow you to align with the cosmos in very powerful ways. So many yoga resources online, you know, like literally you can look up yoga flows on YouTube. I have like 2 fun little like spicy yoga flows I did on my Instagram store, on Instagram TV, on IGTV, to like Tory Lane and stuff, like just like fun spicy yoga flows. But you can do, obviously you can do more slow, like just simple, like just simple yoga flows you can find online, like 5, 10, 15-minute ones will be very powerful for you. I think you'll notice a difference. Number 4 is visualization. This can be done in combination with meditation. In fact, I probably suggest it that way, but you can do it throughout the day as long as you don't feel like it's distracting you in terms of like daydreaming, I guess. But I like to do it in meditation, but you can do it, you know, if you just have like a few extra minutes, you can sit, kind of close your eyes, breathe in and visualize yourself, you know, visualize like kind of like yourself in the most fulfilled state, yourself feeling healed and whole and full of freedom and joy and abundance, or whatever you desire the most. Like if right now you just want to feel like you have freedom, whether that's, you know, from certain situations or financially, visualize yourself with that abundance, visualize yourself with that success, visualize how you would feel. And if you're not doing maybe what you feel like you're doing in life, and you know what your purpose is, but you feel like you're not living it, visualize yourself, you know, living in that purpose, and maybe even ask for signs to move forward in that direction. Or if you're already doing what's in your purpose and you want to expand and grow, visualize that. Just visualize yourself feeling the emotions that you crave, that you desire. If it's freedom, if it's joy, if it's abundance, if it's prosperity, if it's success, if it's love, visualize those feelings. It's going to be very powerful. It's going to help raise your frequency, and as we all raise our frequency, we shift it in the collective and in turn in the planet. And as if you saw that Earth had spiked its frequency to the highest frequency Earth has ever, I believe, been at after everyone did that like critical mass, I think it was like the 1 million meditators thing. I also did that meditation on April 4th if you were there. It wasn't like a place, it was like we were doing it virtually. The next thing is scripting. So scripting, I also suggest this to cancers. If you're a cancer, this specifically more applies to you for April 2020. Scripting is very powerful. I guess if you're watching this later and you're watching this in like not in April 2020 and you're a cancer, maybe it's the message to still script. But basically it's writing your reality as if it is now. So like if you, let's say you want your dream career, you write like, I went to my dream job today at blah blah blah, and then it was like this, and the more detail you can write it in, the better if you were feeling those emotions. Or you can just focus on feelings. Or like if you, I don't know, you're trying, let's say you're trying to get pregnant, you're writing like, I feel I woke up and I like looked at the pregnancy test and I was, you know, whatever it is, like as if you're living it now, but like on a casual kind of day, because I feel like that makes it more believable. So you know what I mean, maybe you're like, yeah, today my husband and I went to like a Babies R Us, and you know there's a perfect baby blue like little toddler set, and when I saw it I knew that Chase would love it. You Chase your baby, you get what I'm saying? Like the more detail you can do it, the better. And next is going for a walk or a hike in nature. I know in a lot of cities, including I'm in Los Angeles, they shut down all hikes and like beaches. It's like didn't know someone owned the beach, but it's just going for a walk outside. I have Mia, my pup, so I think like when you have a dog during this time you can go outside more, but I'm pretty sure every city and country is different regulations. I believe like Sweden has no regulations. If you're in Sweden, like girl, hike. But going for, like I said, a hike or just a walk outside, being outdoors and being really present, maybe not putting your phone away or not looking at your phone, and really like observing everything, the nature, the trees, the abundance of the leaves on the trees, the sacred geometry and plants, the colors of like flowers and how intricate they are and the way they bloom. The more you can connect to the realness of like the earth and Gaia, the more it'll allow you to feel present. Next is music. Music is so powerful, especially music that is for me, I actually during this time like stopped listening really to like, I used to really listen to like Tory Lanez and things like that. I'm not even gonna lie, like I used to like listen to, you know, like music that was catchy like Tory Lanez and Chris Brown, but obviously didn't have like the best message. It's all about like, oh, she's so fat, I took her home, and you know, whatever. But still, music in general really uplifts your frequency. Now I listen to more like yoga kind of music or more like spiritual music, because a lot of it's incorporated with binaural beats, so like higher frequencies of hertz and positive affirmations. I've been liking Activation Vibration. She's really good stuff on Spotify, particularly this one like cellular upgrade song I really enjoy. So it's really, really beautiful, and like you can feel your frequency raising. So music that uplifts you. I also love like Latin music. Like if you're a Latina, wow, like lucky. Like, or reggaeton, like even though like I think those, some of them have like not the best obviously messages either. I'm a person trying to be even more conscious about the message of the music, because it really does affect your subconscious. If you're always listening to music that's like, I went out, I hooked up with her, like that's being ingrained in your subconscious. And that's where a lot of actually like women's pressure to like be so hot and sexy comes from listening to the music and like continuously be ingrained that like men like this, men like this, men like this. I think that's why like that kind of like hot girl summer, like kind of scandalous movement got started. There could be some positivity to it, but you get what I'm saying. So music. Number 6 is making a list of appreciation. So writing out all the things that you do have to be grateful for, your friends and your family and your dog or your cat or your pet or your parents or your home or your roommate or your friend or your best friend or your boyfriend or your husband, or the job you still have, or the freedom you have now to leap into things that you really serve you, and all that you do have, the food, the water, all the things that you do have, to really focus on that, because then you're going to be in the abundance mindset and the frequency of abundance, and in turn you're going to allow more of that to come to you. Number 9, I'm not even gonna go into it, but this is eating vegan or plant-based is one of the biggest catalysts to people's awakening, and I've seen it firsthand. I've experienced it firsthand. Going plant-based, like it really catalyzes your spiritual growth, and I'm not even gonna go into that. And number 10, filtering what you consume. And by what I mean what you consume, not only food, but on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, who you follow, what you watch, what you engage with on a platform is what your perception of that platform is. For me, for the longest time on Instagram, I really only engage with like content of like maybe fashion posts or like beauty kind of stuff, like only fashion and beauty. And so whenever I go on Instagram, if I wasn't in a good mood, I'm like, oh, I'm just not in the mood to see like outfits and makeup at this moment in time. And I really just associated Instagram with all of those things. You know, that's beautiful, and fashion and makeup is a beautiful way to express yourself, and I love it personally. It really wasn't uplifting. So the more I started following like-minded people, people who I resonate with, people who I can feel are on a similar frequency as me, or on a similar journey or path as me, and kind of have the same outset and mind mind look. I forgot the mind frame as me. Mind look. Did I just say mind look? Then I now view it as a platform. I'm excited to go on a platform of support. Now I get so many messages from you guys from how much you're enjoying videos or podcasts or things like that. And now I associate like that platform with Instagram with like joy and abundance, success and prosperity, and really connecting with like-minded people and getting information and knowledge and really growing as a person. I really enjoy that. So just being mindful of who you follow, mindful of like when you follow, like you're like, does this bring me any sort of joy or like any sort of value to my life? Either it can be joy, it can be like art, or like you really, maybe you do have, I like still, you know, follow certain fashion things or read things that maybe it does bring you joy, but making sure that you are following things that bring you joy or bring you value, I think is important. Or what kind of shows, what you're watching, what kind of movies you're watching, what kind of people you're following on Twitter, what you're watching on YouTube, just like, and then of course food, beverages, whatever you're consuming, like making sure you're limiting or cutting out processed foods and processed sugars and things like that, and just really being mindful and viewing yourself. People say your body's a temple, something, but really viewing yourself as a temple. When something's brought to you for consideration, like, do I want to consume this? Like I said, it can be media, it can be food, it can be like whatever, you know, consume, I mean both literally and metaphorically, but do I want to consume this? Does this bring me joy or value to my life? Does this, you know, does this invigorate me? Does this help in the assistance and growth of who I am as a person? And to really consider that, I think that's what makes a really big difference. I mean, people say how they just delete, you know, social media for a few days and feel so much different, just showing you the power of consumption, right? And the same way people transition into plant-based, and that becomes like the catalyst for their awakening. So imagine being mindful of not only what you're consuming and of what you're eating, you know, and just in general what you're bringing in. It can make a world of a difference, you know, and it can really allow a human to evolve and grow, and it can really allow a human to be stuck in unhealthy patterns. So with that being said, I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I will see you guys on my websites for other resources, guides, and one-on-one coaching, as well as on Instagram. I love you guys, and I'll see you there. Bye.